Welcome again, everyone. Welcome to another maths lesson. Still on solving linear equation. We're focusing on case 5 that deals with equation containing the unknown quantity on both sides. So let's look at some example. So example 1, we have 5x minus 3 equal 2x plus 9. So note that this problem here consists of 3 of the first 4 cases that we did. It has subtraction in there, it has addition in there, and it has multiplication. So how do we go about solving this problem? First, we need to identify the different terms. So note that we have x term, which is 5x, and we have another x term over here, which is 2x. We have minus 3 and 9, which are constant terms. So our objective is first to group the x term on the left-hand side and group the constant term on the right. So how can we go about doing that? We already have 5x on the left-hand side. So how can we transfer this 2x to the left-hand side? We can do that by doing the opposite, right? Note that 2x here is positive. So if we want to transfer this 2x to the left-hand side, we are going to subtract 2x from both sides. How would you state this in your book? We'll state this as 5x minus 2x minus 3 equal 2x minus 2x plus 9. At this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. So when you simplify, note that 5x minus 2x is just 3x. You put back your minus 3, and over here, 2x minus 2x is 0, and 0 plus 9 is just 9. Are you finished here? No. We now need to group the constant on one side. So that means we don't want this minus 3 here beside 3x. How can we transfer this minus 3 over to where 9 is? We can do that by doing the opposite, which is to add 3 to both sides. How would you state this in your book? You would state this as 3x minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 9 plus 3. At this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. When you simplify, note that minus 3 plus 3 is 0, and 0 plus 3x is just 3x, and 9 plus 3 will give us 12, right? So how can you get x by itself? Note that 3x means 3 times x, so which means that we can do the opposite of multiplying by 3 to transfer the 3 over to where 12 is. So we are going to divide both sides by 3. How do you state this in your book? You would state this as 3x all over 3 is equal to 12 all over 3. When you simplify this, it will give you a solution. So x is equal to 4. All right. Let's look at our second example. Now we have 4y plus 3 is equal to y plus 9. Now, despite it's a different variable, does the principle change? No, it doesn't change. So we're going to group the y's on one side and then the constant on the other side. So starting with the y, we're always going to keep the unknown or the variable terms on the left-hand side. So we already have 4y. So our focus is this y. But notice that y is being positive. So we're going to subtract y from both sides. How do you state this? We would state this as 4y minus y plus 3 equal y minus y plus 9. Then at this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. So when you simplify, note that 4y minus y will give you 3y, put back your plus 3, and y minus y will give you 0, and 0 plus 9 will give you 9. At this stage now, you're going to transfer the constant on one side, which means that we want this plus 3 over where 9 is. How can we transfer it over to where 9 is? We can do that by subtracting 3 from both sides. How would you state this? You would state this as 3y plus 3 minus 3 is equal to 9 minus 3. At this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. So when you simplify, note that 3 minus 3 is 0, and 0 plus 3y will give you 3y, and 9 minus 3 is just 6. So what you have here now is just 3y equal to 6. How can you get y by itself? By dividing both sides by 3. So that's what we're going to do. How do you write this? You write this as 3y all over 3 is equal to 6 all over 3. Then you are going to simplify, and that will give you a solution, which is just y is equal to 2. Remember, you can always check if your solution is correct by substituting back y in the original problem, right? And then both sides should be equal. So let's do a quick check. 4 times 2 will give us 8, and 8 plus 3 will give us 11. If we replace y here with 2, 2 plus 9 is 11. So both sides is equal to 11. So we know that our solution is correct. So let's look at the third example. So here, now we are given 3 minus 2x is equal to 9 minus 5x. Now, what are we going to do? The objective remains the same. We're going to group the x term on the left and then group the constant term on the right. On the left here, note that we have negative 2x. So our focus here is this negative 5x. How can we transfer it over to the left-hand side? We can do that by adding 5x to both sides. How would you state this? You would state this as 3 minus 2x plus 5x is equal to 9 minus 5x plus 5x. Then at this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. So note here that negative 2x plus 5x will give you a positive 3x. And you're not troubling your 3, so you just write it back. And here, you put back your 9 because minus 5x plus 5x is 0. At this stage now, what are you going to do? Note that this 3 is a positive 3. So we want to transfer this 3 over to where 9 is. So we can do that by just subtracting 3 from both sides. How would you state this? You state this as 3 minus 3 plus 3x is equal to 9 minus 3. Then at this stage, you're going to simplify. When you simplify, note that 3 minus 3 is 0, and 0 plus 3x leave you back with 3x. And 9 minus 3 is just 6. At this stage, you want x by itself. Note that x is being multiplied by 3. You can do the opposite of multiplying by 3, which is to divide both sides by 3. How do you state this? You would state this as 3x all over 3 is equal to 6 all over 3. And when you simplify, that will give you a solution. So therefore, x is equal to 2. All right? Now to example 4, we're given 2x plus 3 is equal to 6 plus x. Again, we want to group the x term on the left-hand side and the constant term on the right. So here on the right, we have positive x. We can transfer this positive x to the left-hand side by subtracting x from both sides. How do you state this in your book? You would state this as 2x minus x plus 3 equals 6 plus x minus x. At this stage, what are you going to do? You're going to simplify. When you simplify, note that 2x minus x will give you x, right? You put back your plus 3, and x minus x is 0, and 0 plus 6 is just 6. At this stage, what are you going to do? You want to transfer this positive 3 over to where 6 is. How can you do that? You can do that by subtracting 3 from both sides. You would state this as x plus 3 minus 3 equals 6 minus 3. At this stage, what are you going to do? Simplify. So therefore, note that x is just equal to 3, right? Because 3 minus 3 is 0, and 0 plus x is x, and 6 minus 3 is just 3. So to ensure that you fully understand, here are some questions for you to try. Thank you for watching, and do enjoy the rest of your day.